When you watch an anime that really moves you or resonates with you, do you ever catch yourself wondering, why? Why do I like this so much? What about it makes me feel how I feel? And why does a series of animation and music score bring out these emotions that are so difficult to convey with words? For me, watching anime is like a dream. A dream where nothing really matters and I'm free of all my burdens and responsibilities that life seems to endlessly throw at me. Anime is a space where I can replace my worries, flaws, and insecurities with a world where none of that exists. And that's just me. You may or may not be able to relate to that, but that's the beauty of anime. Whether it's self-inserting yourself into a magic-filled fantasy world like ReZero, seeing parts of yourself in certain characters that struggle to realize the flaws and intricacies with them and the people around them like Hachima Hikigaya, appreciating the deeper messages that the author tries to convey through a multitude of different artistic crafts like Hibike Euphonium and Blue Period, or just rooting for your favorite shonen protagonist in action-filled battle sequences like in Demon Slayer, One Piece, and My Hero Academia. There are numerous reasons why people watch and love about anime. You might ask, what about manga and light novels? I mean, many of today's most successful anime are adaptations of already popular and serialized manga and light novels. While more times than not, the source material is better than their anime adaptations with laying down their plot points, developing characters, and inter-character relationships, I'd still argue that I enjoy watching anime more. Don't get me wrong, I've read my fair share of manga and light novels, and I enjoy it just as much as anyone else would. But it's undeniable that there's a feeling I can't really explain when watching anime. Perhaps it's the jaw-dropping animation sequences of an anime studio's arduous efforts. Or maybe it's the grandiose yet catchy score of music that mesmerizes your ears, forcing you to seemingly replay it over and over again in your mind. Or maybe it's a combination of both. Times where you were left in awe because of how beautifully the music seemingly melted into the perfect frames of fluid actions and movement. These are things that you can only appreciate and experience by watching anime. It's a particular aesthetic and virtue that you can't get through pages of words and motionless manga panels. I feel the thing that separates people who have seen an anime or two from the avid anime watcher is that the avid anime watcher acknowledges that anime isn't a genre, but rather a medium. And once you're able to realize this, the possibilities are endless. There's something for everyone in anime. Take it from me, who was kind of skeptical about anime at first. I remember first getting into anime in middle school and thinking, this is kind of weird. At the time, anime had this stigma around it, and it made me feel alienated for watching and enjoying it. But the more I watched, and the more I smiled, and laughed, and cried, and really started connecting with different parts of anime, the more I came to really appreciate it, and before long, I fell in love. With this love for anime came passion and desire to consume more. I wanted to learn more about the different aspects that made an anime. I wanted to know about artistic direction, sound direction, storyboarding, and the whole process of how Japanese animation is created and interpreted. Also, let's not forget how anime's opened up new pathways and ideas for many watchers, myself included. If you'd asked me if I were into things like volleyball and dancing, or instruments and concert bands before I watched anime, I probably would have said no. But because of anime, I developed an appreciation and a superficial understanding for those things. And because anime is traditionally framed through Japanese society, after watching enough of it, an unavoidable byproduct is the growing interest of Japanese culture. A huge part of my experience watching anime is learning, appreciating, and recognizing Japanese customs. I really do think that we undermine how staggeringly potent anime is as a medium. The many art forms and concealed walks of life that are represented in anime might just surprise you. Anime, for lack of a better term, expanded my horizons and opened me up to areas of real life that I probably never would have known or cared about. Anime is a huge part of my life, and without it, I honestly don't know what kind of person I'd be like. And I know it sounds a bit cliche, but I owe a huge part of who I am today to anime. The endless lessons and messages that every series has to tell. The different relationships and development with characters I didn't know I'd be so invested in. The many emotions that each show succeeds in making me feel. And other things that evidently aren't as transparent. I'm not saying anime's for everyone, because it's not. I can sit here and praise it all day if I wanted to, but the reality is, anime's kinda hard to get into, especially if you've never seen the appeal of it. Undoubtedly, for us anime fans, there are definitely gonna be people who try to put us down for it. People who don't know about the beautiful moments and lessons that can only be recognized and cherished through anime. Some people may say, anime's fake, it's not real. And they'd be right. Anime isn't real. But the emotions that they make you feel, the messages that they want to send, and the interests that they create are. And you know what? I love anime, and I'm not ashamed of it. Maybe there will be a time in the future, 5, 10, maybe even 20 years from now, where I fall out of love with anime. But that's also okay. Because if that ever happens, I'll inevitably look back and smile at all the wonderful things that anime gave me. So, let me ask you.
知りたいのです。愛してるを知りたいのです。
殺された人たちの無念を晴らすため、探しているのが誰かなのかどこかなのか、それともただ単に就職先なのか、自分でもよくわからない。
君は君だよ。君らしくなんて曖昧なものじゃない。何やったって変わったって関係ない。君はどうせ君だよ。